Hello.
Hey, we are back. How you doing, man?
Oh, good, good. How are you?
Oh, I'm chipper as ever. As always, I'm trying to find my pencil. I put my pencil down somewhere. Oh, it's way over there. I'll hold off on that in case if we ever do get to combat, I'll grab a pencil. Hello, sir, and welcome to everybody out there watching. Welcome to session 4 now of scenario number 9 from Grant Takes Command 2. I always want to say Electric Boogaloo. I can't help it. It's my generation.
hmm
We're still marching. We're mud marching as usual. So I want to thank everybody who has stuck with us on this because I know it has been just the most captivating viewing for you. But hopefully that will change a bit here in the next day or two. But first, I'm gonna see how Roger's doing. How you doing, man? What's going on?
I'm good. We had a good weekend. Wearing my new Stones River Battlefield T-shirt. We got over there for a short walk one afternoon.
Well, yeah. At least it wasn't dead of winter, was it? That's always good.
No, it wasn't that way. It was hot.
Yeah,
It was hot.
yeah.
How are you?
I'm
Doing
good.
well?
I'm doing fine. Just same as it ever was. But real world aside, let's take a time travel trip back to the rainy summer of 1864, as it turns out, and we're back here in Spotsylvania County. We have just doing a quick review here. We are on turn 7 now, and May 10th of 1864. There is our situation. We have had 5 days of rain, intermittent, so only 2 days of good marching. That's terrible for the Union. But it's not the worst thing ever. Now we did our random event. We see that the Confederates have a command paralysis, and that is a silver lining on these otherwise cloudy days. Minor River is still unfordable, and we will be going into our second strategic turn next turn. So we'll probably get to that today. I think we are once again removed because of all of our busy weekends. So this is coming at you just a little bit late. But if you're watching this 3 years in the future, you just don't care.
Exactly.
You're eating your fig Newtons and watching this at 3 a.m.
Off that matter, next week.
That's right. That's true. Any thoughts or considerations? Luckily, I don't think we have any corrections. I'm going to say that I'm saying that quietly, but I don't think anybody pointed anything out of any consequence that wasn't. I think there was maybe one, but it was like when you merge Stewart and Ramseur. I'm like, you know what? It doesn't matter. It was 2 days ago. It's fine. He was exhausted. He wasn't exhausted, but. Don't worry. I think the quibble there was that you and I were looking at that first paragraph, which is about the strength and organized, disorganized, and then the next paragraph is different, where it's exhausted or unexhausted. The
Oh, okay.
worst case of them is like, and that's where you and I think our knee jerk is automatically to assume that you always get the worst condition if you're exhausted or unexhausted. So they would have been, but that was again 2 days ago with rain. I'm not worried about it. So we're going to just let that one go. That was the only correction that was pointed out to us. I think that was Drone. So thank you very much, sir, for that. Otherwise, it's hard to mess up when you're not marching very far.
Yeah, and we're not doing combat, so there's no like complicated, which today would be if we tried to do anything minus for rain, creeks, etc., flanks. Command paralysis, I should check that again.
Yeah, just a -1 to your infantry and -2 to your cavalry movement.
Okay, nothing on. Well, I'm not going to be doing. No,
Yeah,
no.
well, you and I say that, and yet we spent the last session. We spent 2 hours just like nudging along at a snail's pace.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have potentially that. I hope we can get through that in about 30 to 45 minutes, and then we will actually have, depending on, of course, what the next random event is during our strategic turn, that will let us focus a little bit. I did go back and review some of the off-board activities and stuff because that's going to be a factor for me this time. So hopefully we'll get to see how that works. But
Yeah, I took my rule book with me, but I didn't take a look at it.
well,
So good. I'm glad you studied it a little more.
when I say studied it, it was about 20 minutes ago, and I went, "Oh, I did that wrong." Okay. But I finally
Good.
think I have my thumb on the pulse of how it's the order of operations in the command. You do the off-board stuff, and then you get points for the command. And if you have points, then you can declare an active posture for the next time, and then that immediately expends that point. So technically, those points that I earned last time in both of those off-board theaters, by me saying I'm going active, that will, and I will do that at the top of the strategic segment here, that will shift those down. I'm spending those points to go active.
Oh, I see.
Right. And then you stay active at the top of the next one, which lets you do your activities. And then potentially you can earn points. If you don't earn points and you're still at zero, you are compelled to go passive. So
Okay.
it's a timing thing. And it's really weird. But, as you and I do it, we'll get used to it.
Yep.
It's just,
Okay.
yeah. But I think what confuses the whole issue is that we screwed up the opening part where Butler was active in the Bermuda 100 at the start of the game, so he could have done something. He had a freebie, right? But I did not do that. That's why people were saying that. Why didn't you attack? It's like, well, I thought you had to spend the point to do that. No, you spend the point to go active and stay active,
Gotcha.
right? So no harm, no foul on that one. It was a missed opportunity, but I would like to think that the Beast Butler would just sit there and just like New Orleans.
Hmm.
So okay, I think we've jibber jabbered for 10 minutes. So
Okay.
let's get to marching. What do you say?
Sure. Okay. So random events.
Done. Leader transfers.
Oh, well, let me look at
Boy,
that.
howdy. Yeah. I think I'm gonna move Grant to Gibbon. He's not with another leader. He's just floating along with that unit. Hopefully, at some point, we'll get him reattached. But I think that gives me the capability I need for this. So that's telegraphing a bit. Um, I think otherwise I'm good. I don't know that I want to move anybody else.
I think I'm gonna leave everybody. Yeah. I'll just leave Lee where he is,
Okay.
and everybody else will stay where they are, I believe.
Okay.
Yep.
So off maps. Do I don't have anybody that's in a position to move toward the off map stuff, and I don't want to bring anybody back from there. So I'm going to forego that. Do you have anything?
I don't have anybody to move on or off map.
That's easy. All right. County control. I'm still in control of Spotsylvania and Orange counties. That's good. So potentially I could do some strategic movement. Okay. And attachments. Any attachments?
I don't believe I have any. I don't think I've got anybody eligible this turn.
I really need to be thinking about merging that provisional, but I never place them appropriately, so that's that's one of those things I just need to tighten up on. So let's move on to our action cycle then. For our rain turn, I think I will give us our first initiative here. So
Okay.
here we go, and good luck to you as always.
Good luck to you as well.
And here's Union left, Confederate right. It's yours.
Okay. You'll activate roads and early. Here's their movement. So that's actually a 3.
So basically, your leaders give you +1, and the individual units
Yeah.
are default. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be a 5. So it's going to be, it's rain. So it's going to be 2 and 4, and 2 and 4. Initiative. Mine again. Stuart will activate Rosser and Chambliss. So that's 8. Stuart's going to be a +2 now. So that's 10. Stuart will stay with Rosser. It's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. WH Lee 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Initiative. Yours.
Sheridan, activate both of the cavalry there. And oops. We get a fatigue level 1. Here's their movement. Yeah, well, see, that was probably a good thing because they're just coming to Guinea Station. Initiative. Yours.
We'll try and activate Army action with Lee, which, if I understand, I roll first. 3 or less, it succeeds. Now I choose who I want to move, which will be Heath, Anderson, and Ramseur. So this is my 1 for this turn and for next turn. So this will be 1 dice plus 1. They can go 6 hexes. So Heath will go 2, 4, 6. Anderson 2, 4, 6. Ramseur will go 2, 4, 6 to there. Initiative. Double ones, possible end of turn.
That's terrible. I didn't get to move much anything. All right. Well, I will attempt to do so. So I need to roll a 1, 2, or 3 to continue because it's 2 minus Grant. So here's the roll, and it fails. Would you like to continue?
Oh boy. Interesting. I noticed several people questioned the last time I passed. Okay, comment below. I believe I'm going to let this turn end. I'm going to let the rain end. I know it's a rain turn. You're not going to get very far, but you haven't hardly moved anybody. I'm not going to get very much further with my movement, probably, because I've got command paralysis.
Right. I mean, personally, I think that's the right call.
Passing is
Yeah.
is the right thing to do.
I think
so.
so,
I'm going to pass as well. I'm just going to pass, or whatever you call it. I don't know what.
Yeah, you are not going to attempt to overturn fate. So
Yes, I'm not going to attempt to.
Well, that was quick. Fantastic. Well, then I'm going to hit the. Let's see. I don't have anybody that needs to forage, so that's good. I'm going to hit the rain recovery, and everyone is recovered. Let's see. Let's go to our game turn is going to advance, so we're going to be here, and let's make sure we're doing everything. Don't have a strategic cycle on this one until now, so we are on the next turn. So I will let you roll the random events for us.
Okay. It's a 4, which is no effect, double star, convert to rain, current from June. So we're not in June, so it's no effect.
All right. Finally. Okay. So let's move through the rest of the sequence. Leader transfers. Yeah, I'll move Grant down to Hancock. And I'll move Sedgwick to right. Okay, that's it for me.
I don't see anybody for me to move either.
Okay, so no off map, no county control, no attachments.
No attachments.
So
okay.
On to the action cycle.
Okay. Here we go. Double sixes. Mine. Okay, you'll take roads and early. Here's their moon. 1 die plus 2. It's 3. Yule will transfer to early. Roads will go first. 1, 2, 3 to there. Early with roads will go, or with Yule. 1, 2, 3 to there. Yule will go with him. Initiative. Mine again. Lee will activate Heath and Anderson. Here's their movement. 7. Lee will transfer to Anderson, along with AP Hill. Heath will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there, 7 to there. AP Hill and Anderson will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Initiative. Mine. Ramp Sewer by himself. 7 X's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Initiative. Mine again. AP Hill will activate Wilcox. Go 4 hexes. Go 1, 2, 3 to there. Initiative. Mine again. Longstreet will activate Field and Kershaw. 7. Longstreet will stay with Field. They'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to there. Kershaw will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to there. Initiative. Yours.
I'm going to have Warren and the 5th Corps here in range. They're going to do a strategic move. And because they've got artillery with them, I'm going to just expend, let's see, 2 fatigues so that we can go up to 12, up to 10, basically the slower ones. So I'm going to try to go 10 hexes. So I'm going to give them all 2 fatigues, 1, 2, and I'm going to take them, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to Gordonsville, staying in that county. Griffin will follow, and Wadsworth will follow. Okay. Initiative. Yours.
F. Lee will activate Lomax. Here's his movement. 9 hexes. He's just going to go, and F. Lee will stay where he is. 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Initiative. Yours.
Sub 2 is going to march. Here's their movement, straight up. 3, 1, 2, and 3. Initiative. Mine again. Sub 2 again. And movement. 2, 1, and 2 to Orange Courthouse. Initiative. Yours.
You'll activate E. Johnson, Ram Sewer, Early, and Rhodes. Their movement. 8. That changes what I was going to do. You have an idea, you think you're going to roll something low, and suddenly it's like, okay, what else should I try to do with this?
That's my favorite part of the whole system.
Well, this might not be the smartest thing in the world. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there, 7 to there. Ewell will stay with Early. I didn't say that, but so it's 1, 2, 3. E. Johnson will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. Circle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to there. Initiative. Yours.
Well, I guess we have to react to that now, don't we? So, 2nd Corps will march. Here's their movement. +1. seems about right. Bernie will go 1, 2 to there. Barlow will fall back to there. Gibbon will go 1, 2 to there. And they will all just go overland to there. Initiative. Mine again. I will activate them again. Here's their movement. +1. 6. Gibbon and the leadership go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. What would they like to do? I have 1 left.
1 remaining.
Mm-hmm.
It's 13 to 3. +3 attack, right? Possibly a +2 if I get the artillery.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
I'll stand.
I'll have Mott go next. We will not attack. Just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Barlow will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Bernie will come back to here. Initiative. Mine again. Hancock will activate Mott, Barlow, and Gibbon to march. Here is their movement, +1. Let's see. Boy, I just wish we had a mulligan roll. Just once. Okay. Alright. Mott will go first. Here's his extended march, +1. Of course. Flips and goes 1, 2 to there. Barlow will go next. His extend. He's okay. He'll go 1 and 2. And Gibbon, here's his extend. He flips as well. What would Lomax like to do?
So let's see. So now you're a 9.
9 to 3? So
3.
Yeah, so
+2. You know what? We'll stand. Let's have a combat. We haven't had combat yet, so.
We haven't had combat, and I'm destined not to have a great combat, as it turns out, because yeah, even if I score a retreat on you, I'm going to take a manpower loss. It's just I'm not getting quite what I need, a ratio, or I needed a little bit better than a 1 on that one, of course. It's early yet, so yeah, let's do it. I will make the attack.
Okay.
So let's see if you've unlimbered your artillery.
I have not.
Fantastic. So this is a +3 attack, as I recall. So it's a normal attack on the march. 3 to 1 odds, so that's +2. And 1 leadership, so that's +3. So here's a +3 attack. 7.
Oh! Oof. Days comes off.
Wow.
Well played, sir. That's +6.
What they don't know is I agonized over that for about 25 minutes.
Well, that's what I want. I didn't want this result,
Yeah.
but if it flipped the other way, then it would have made sense.
6 on 9,
that's all right.
so it's just an advance for me, and 1 DR.
Let's see. I guess I'll just take Gordon off the map.
Okay.
Let's see. Does it matter? 1 artillery, 1 artillery. Yeah, I'll just take Gordon off the map. Delete him. He's just going to flip to the moral. He's going to increase his demo. He's going to go. He's flipped. He's fatigued. He has to go 4 to 6 hexes. Further away by road. Further away by road. Further away by road. Oh, the swamp.
Yep. will take the hex. Alright. Initiative. Mine again. Okay.
Well, you picked up your first victory points.
Let's move some cavalry now. I'll have Wilson activate cavalry. Third cavalry marches. Here's their movement +1. 6. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Initiative. Mine again. Torbert in the first cavalry. Here's their movement +1. Man, these horses are supposed to move. So 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to there. Initiative. Again, Torbert again to 2. Movement. Whew. Wow, I've got the slows. Alright, so it's 4, but that's okay. We'll get them 1, 2, 3, and 4 over Hart's Bridge. Initiative. Mine. Let's have Wilson in the 3rd Cavalry to 2. Here's their movement. 7. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 to there. Initiative. Oh! Possible end of turn! I'm going to attempt to extend the turn. So I need a 3 or better, or 3 or less. I do not. Would you like to extend the turn?
You haven't moved the 6th Corps. You haven't moved Burnside. I think I'm going to let it end. I'm going to let it end. I don't think I'm going to let it. I'm going to let this turn end.
All right. He chooses to let it end. Okay. Let's go through. Let's see. We've got steps here. So we will do the recovery phase. Then we will do our strategic cycle for this turn. So I'm going to hit the regular recovery. Everything has recovered. Looks like. Good. Alright. I've got my handy dandy book here.
Yeah.
Which is now time for us to go through all of the wonderful steps of the strategic cycle. This is why people are really here. Strategic cycle here. We have no leader recovery because no leader is sick.
Correct. Okay.
So now we must roll for our random strategic event. So let me do that here. Okay, here's the strategic event. It's a 10.
10. Strong Union logistics. Interesting.
Excellent.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Now, as we've learned last time with Mosby, we're going to jump right down to strong. The Union player may perform extra depot builds during the depot segment. He may either place 2 depots or flip 2 depots from build to completed, place a depot on the build and flip a different depot, or place a depot on the map on its complete side. Ooh, I like that. Man, not quite where I wanted to be, but that would certainly help. Let's see.
Okay.
So that's our strategic event. Now it's time for reinforcements, and we do have a few reinforcements here.
Wow, I got a whole bunch of them.
You do. Many of those are prescribed for their various places off map. Alright, so on May 11th, you're going to get all of those. Some of them are going to Staunton, and the rest of them are going to Petersburg. So it looks like Breckenridge and Eccles and Wharton going into Staunton.
There, he goes to Staunton. Eccles goes to Staunton. And everybody else.
Now you have an option on that. Instead of putting the ones that would normally be in Petersburg, you could put them into Burkeville, if you were so inclined.
Oh, I think they need to go to Petersburg.
Boy, there's another
Hurry,
big missed
hurry,
opportunity.
Gustav
Touton Beauregard.
Toutant Beauregard.
PGT.
I don't know if you ever watched Stuka Joe's thing. He always pronounces that just so nicely.
Touton. Okay, so that is your prescribed ones, and then I have two. I have the 1037th Colored Troops, which are going into City Point box. The West Cavalry is going into Bermuda 100. So since they both just arrived, I'm going to put them at the bottom because they cannot participate in this strategic cycle. But that does move us. Oh, and I have some replacement points on May 11th. I receive replacement points by rolling a die. The number I roll is the quantity of replacement points. So that's just manpower that I can assign any and everywhere to units that are either on the map or in the valley or anything like that. So here is my roll for that. I get 4. Let's add some back here. I'm going to put 1 on Mott. Oh, and I have to keep track of these. So
Oh, we don't have a notes thing.
I don't. Yeah, exactly. I was looking for it, and it's not. Paging Alberto. All right. So I'm going to look at the combat chart now because this is where I start. Okay, so they can go up to 11. So I'm going to add 2 to Mott. And 1 to Barlow. And that last one. Where's the last one going to go?
Provisional.
Yeah, I considered it. I'm going to put him with Crawford. So Crawford's going to go up to an 8. And there we go. So those are my 4 replacement points.
Okay.
And in the future now, I will roll, and then, like you were saying on that chart, depending on
Okay,
how
I got
many
you.
losses I've had, that will either multiply or not. Okay. So next step, we've done that. Now it's time for the Valley segment. Bum bum bum. Let's open up the Valley segment. So the Union will go first for movement, and then the Confederates will go for movement. And wherever we are in the same spot together, we have a little dust up. Since I am in the active posture, I'm going to be active, which, I will then now expend that point for, quote, being active.
Okay. And what you were saying, you would have done that actually last
Exactly, and it would have come down to
cycle.
0.
Okay.
Yeah. So I
Okay.
technically on 0, I just didn't want to confuse things even more.
Right.
And then Siegel is going to bring his West Virginians and come after Imbuden there. Okay. So now you have the option if you'd like to move anyone that had not just arrived.
So Eccles and Wharton can't move
Correct.
now.
Right.
I could move, and Breckenridge has to stay put.
That's right.
I could move the Virginia militia forward. And right now you have 11. If I remember right when I was reading this, this is strictly a ratio
It's
thing.
a strict,
right?
yeah, it's an abstracted ratio thing where we're not counting D's or anything. It's only whether or not we get an R or I get a -1 basically on the attack.
It's 11-3. You know what? I'm going to move Imbeden, and I'm just going to fall back to Staunton.
Okay. Yeah.
And the VMI cadets will move up to Staunton as well.
Okay.
And I think that's going to be my off map for that.
Okay. Cool. Well, then we have no combat. I have Newmarket, which is worthless, but
Yeah, that's why I was
made
like,
Siegel
okay,
feel pretty good. All right. Now, with Bermuda 100, this one's going to be a little more involved. All right. All I'm going to do is I'm going to move Gilmore and the 10th Corps. They are going to come into Port Walthall.
Okay.
And then everybody else is going to go down here. Baldy Smith and all of them are going to go down to join that. So, what would you like to do?
So I can't move Borg. I can move Pickett on down, basically.
Correct.
Wow. Yeah, I remember looking at this before going, how did Butler not win the war? That's 36 to 8.
Yep. Don't discount anything on my die rolling abilities, sir.
That'd be 4. I could move 4 in, which would make it 12.
So if you make it 12, that would be 3 to 1.
3 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
So plus 2.
Yep.
Is it worth it to keep you from getting plus 3 victory points, basically? Yeah, we'll go ahead and move Petersburg Militia, 31st North Carolina, Klingman, and Pickett into that box as well. Yeah.
But okay. What's good is you're bringing Pickett's leadership in, which is a factor now. Okay.
Oh, leadership is included?
Oh, yes. Yeah, leadership's always still included.
Okay.
So it's ratio and leadership, and that's it. So let's go through the process here. Okay, so I moved. I'm not entrenching, obviously. You moved, and we have combat. So combine the manpower of all, which for me is 36. That is my attack value.
I have 12 now.
Okay. So, as per usual, that is our ratio of 3 to 1. So it is a +2 to the die roll. And then I will subtract 1 for your better. So I just have a +1, basically. Because you have a 1 better leadership.
Tactical.
Yep.
Okay.
One tactical, so it's just a +1. Then we'll just do a normal straight up roll, and I'm hoping not to get -1 or less. Here is my attack roll. It's a 4, so that becomes a 5. Yep.
And a 6. So.
Major defeat.
So what does that do?
Well, that is unfortunate, because now I've been defeated. I have a major defeat in the Bermuda 100 theater. So let's look at the results. It is a failure, so I must retreat back to the Bermuda 100. And it's a -1 on 36, which is 36 minus 1 is 3. So I lose 3 manpower. Yep. Did you take anything with 12 on a -1? I'm guessing no, because it's probably just a big fatigue.
Yeah, it's a fatigue.
Yep. Okay. So it is a major defeat. Okay.
And you lost 3 manpower.
I lost 3 manpower. Not even on the main map. It's just, for the folly that. So what were you saying about Butler and all them? They could have won the war. They could have, but they didn't. All right.
Okay.
So I move back to the adjacent one. Correct. Good job. I'm going to take 1 off of each of them. So they will come down to. Oops. There we go. They're all 11. These divisions go to 11. Okay. So that is the completion of the Bermuda 100. Now it's time for the depot segment, which, because I have the enhanced Union supply, I'm going to add a second depot completed at Gordonsville, which means I have to start figuring out what I'm going to do with Culpeper up there. Okay, so that Union depot is going to just plop completed right there in Gordonsville. Now it extends into Louisa County, which is helpful. Would you like to do anything?
Okay, I think I can't build a depot, which is fine. I'm not going to build a depot because I can't, but I will start dismantling my depot at Bumpus Turnout.
Okay. All right.
Turn, and it goes away next turn.
Right.
Next strategic cycle.
Right.
I still have my depot down there at Ashland in Hanover County, which is potentially dangerous because you might just come down there and kick it. Yeah, that may be an issue too.
So that is all for that. What's next? Now we have the supply status segment. So we are going to check to see who is in supply and who is out of supply. I believe now my 2 units, Wilson and Torbert and the cavalry, they're in supply because Louisa is adjacent to Orange County. And the only ones I think that are not in supply, once again, are Sheridan and everybody there
Yeah, you're in.
in Caroline. So I'm going to put both J.I. Greg and the other one as out of supply. All right. Do you have anyone that is out of supply?
I think I've got everybody is either in Spotsylvania or in Caroline County, so I'm getting supplies from Louisa and Hanover County,
Perfect.
as Bumpus turnout is just across the border.
All right. All right. What do we have next? The Union Command segment. Okay. So let's open that back up again. And they are now going to see if they get points to potentially stay active. But we have we have some modifiers now. First I will roll for the Shenandoah. And I now no longer get that -1 for not having a major defeat anywhere off map, because I've suffered one. So Siegel has to roll a natural 1 in order to stay active. So here's his roll. No. Okay. Siegel has to go to passive, unfortunately, which surprises no one. Okay, now we have the Bermuda 100 command, and Butler is going to attempt. He did suffer a major defeat in this one, so it's going to be +1 to the roll. So he needs to roll either a 1 or a 2 to meet his army leadership. So on a 1 or a 2, Butler will stay active. Hey, he stays active. Okay. So now I've got a point. We are going to stay active in this Bermuda 100, so I'm going to take that point away and remain active. So that is good for the top of the next cycle. So that is done for that. And now victory points. Wow. Did I actually get? No, I didn't get any points. Boo! I had hoped to get some points there for Port Walthall, but I will not. So I don't see any points afforded to me other than, yeah. So no victory point change. We are not on May 31st, so we don't have to worry about the end of the game. And we just move forward to our next turn.
This is the turn, okay.
So we are on turn 9 now. So let's call it here, and we'll roll our random event, of course.
Okay.
And I rolled the strategic, so I'll let you do the random event again.
Okay. It's a 4, which I think is, again, no effect.
No effect, okay. So
two 4s on random events.
Cool. All right. Well, then I will close this out here. And any final thoughts for the session today? A little bit of a change. I mean, some fortunes kind of got away from me. I thought Yule putting a little pepper on the ball, trying to go forward with that great march. That changed a lot right there. You really seized the initiative with that one.
Yeah, that completely changed what I was going to do. And I decided, instead of drawing a defense line on the Northeast Creek, I decided to get over there on the Matt River.
Yep.
And block that track down, try to force. Of course, the problem is, and this is just this scenario, or just in general, the Union Cav are just so, you can just, as you've done, sneak around the flank, and they're so powerful. And that was the big, and I don't know how you're going to cut out a lot of time. I really didn't know second double ones to end the turn. I felt like it was the right decision because you still had so much movement left, and I didn't have a couple. I really didn't have too many more things I wanted to do, so I decided to end the turn. I felt it best to keep 6 cores stable. Burnside stopped. There's definitely a couple things I wanted to do, and hopefully it won't bite me here in the next turn.
Well, the for me, the little priority list was to try to get clear this for one, but it wasn't so much for that. It's just that you are preventing. I mean, obviously you planned it that way. I can't utilize Burnside's strategic movement while I've still got all this stuff down here. Um, so that's I really need to make some headway with him with the Ninth Corps down so that I can put them into place where I want to utilize them. Otherwise, though, the flanking is going well. I managed to secure that strategic movement from Orange down to Gordonsville, so that was good. And the bonus of getting a free depot there, that's nice because
Yeah,
I was kind of hoping to put that a little farther, but when I think about it, I don't want to have it too close of a forward operating base either. So it's on a railroad. It's extending into Louisa County, so that gives me some options there. Um, this right flank, this Confederate right flank, is bedeviling me because it's expanding and contracting, and then you get a series of initiatives. You get 5 or 6 in a row, and then
yeah,
you get a little dander up, and you get up there, and like, ugh, you're in my face now, and you're blocking all of these wonderful passes, and I don't want it to be like a fighting retreat, but at the same time, I also wanted to earmark this unit, and I've got the slows up there, so I could not do a real big powerful punch earlier, and I started flipping everybody on extended marches. So I cannot afford to cede any more distance this way towards the east because otherwise now I'm on the other side of the Mattapony and that defeats the whole purpose. And I don't want to give up all of my good gains there. So I need to do things that will keep you in check, which for the most part is the Fifth Corps and whatever the Sixth Corps is going to do here in the future. So finally got a little bit of marching, a little bit of movement. Let's see what I can do with it. But you're managing to do good tactical blocking as well as the overall strategic blocking to prevent me from the strategic movement. So you're doing good. That was great.
the mistake, which I'll try to get on that first session, is I should have destroyed Orange Courthouse, destroyed it outright when I had infantry sitting there, burned to fatigue, and just because it doesn't do me any good. And that would have kept you from building your depot down here in Gordonsville. You'd have had to have repaired that first.
Yeah, and at the same time, what's untenable about the repairing of railroads is you can do nothing and repair up to 3 of them. So it really doesn't make sense to forego 4 turns worth of supply to just repair this one where
Yeah,
Sheridan is, especially when I got the free one. So I was like,
yeah,
you know what? That one will just sit. It's fine. I'll fix it later. So I'm almost just reticent to do anything until I have 3 of them burned, and then I can
yep,
fix them all at once. Yeah.
yep.
But my Achilles heel apparently is the off map because you bring a big force in and you aim big and you miss big. That's what I did.
Well, I think us misreading the rules there, you'd been able, I think, to just make it last the very first session. I think.
Yeah, the first strategic one I could have, yeah, just
Yeah.
blundered in there, but yeah, that's fine.
Um,
That's fine.
it kind of makes sense that this kind of cleared up a little bit about how this off map works. I just wasn't clear. I guess the next big fight here is going to be with Siegel. No, you're passive.
Yeah, so Siegel's just gonna sit quietly. He's made some gains, but now he's been told to hold the ground, hold Newmarket. What I like about this is you and I are starting to pull threads, and we're like, oh, that's got some ramifications that I had not expected, and so we'll see how that's going to go. And of course, that's what everybody out there. That's your job is go ahead and opine on what you think was interesting about the last few turns here in this strategic cycle. We love to hear your thoughts, Holger. You are doing the good work by telling us where we missed something here and there, and what you think we should have probably done differently. But remember, just don't give us any suggestions for the future, but do figure in whatever you want about the past. Other thoughts for the day before we send them home?
No, not for me. This is definitely a challenge to me for the Confederate player. I just feel like I just don't have enough manpower. But we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. It's obviously playing for time, and I just checking the VPs with those losses that you suffered. I've now got you in negative territory. So
You do. I'm down 6 and you're down 3, so you got me negative
yeah,
3. Boo!
yep, yep. For now, but that can change pretty quickly.
hmm Well, thank you everybody for watching. We hope you enjoyed session 4. Come on back. We will be back at our regular time, I think, next week for session 5. And yeah, if you see that we glaringly erred on something, then do point that out to us, and we'll try to correct it next time. But until then, please click the like and subscribe. Support the channel that way. We're getting more and more views on this series, so it seems that this is striking a chord with people, and we really appreciate all that feedback. And there's also a notification bell, so if you've not already done that, do that, and it will tell you when these drop. And I'm also showing you our monetary supporters. Please do not feel obligated to. I know other channels are like, hey man, support me on this and that and the other, and I'll get a mug. No, I don't have mugs yet. We'll see. That's a good idea, though.
That is a good idea.
You don't have to kick in anything, but if you do, it's very generous, and we really appreciate it. So, Roger, until next time. Ooh, I shake my fist at Butler. What was he thinking?
That was a good idea. Okay.
Yeah, best laid plans.
Yep. You have a good week.
You too. Bye bye.